one job.
Thank you very much.
Secure the package.
So, needless to say, Wyson, I figured out why your printing costs are so high. I actually did print it, so. So I'd like to welcome my fellow classmates, instructors, academy staff, sponsors, family, and our distinguished guests. I feel so fortunate to be able to speak on behalf of NADA Class 349 today. For those of you who don't know me, I know there was a bit of an introduction, but I'm the General Sales Manager at a Chevrolet Buick and GMC store in a small town in Manitoba, Canada, located just outside of Toronto. I was always blown away. I don't know American geography very well, but it turns out that Americans don't know Canadian well. I came down here with my eyes wide open, prepared to be blown away by the educational experience and intimidated by the peers that I would meet. For me, being a younger student with much less experience than many of my peers, I wasn't sure how my academy experience was going to go. But interestingly enough, I ended up being voted class president or prime minister, as you've heard. Although I'm not sure how proud to be of this, the individual who nominated me simply said, "We'd just like to hear you talk." So it really seemed like a loaded statement. Brandon and I were talking about that last night, and he didn't remember exactly what he had said, so thanks, Brandon. Over the last 10 months, we've spent 30 days together learning more about our dealerships. Our first week was spent with Tom Shaughness and Heather Westman. During week one, we became more familiar with our manufacturer financial statements, and we broke them down into meaningful metrics that would allow us to evaluate our departments later on. Our instructors provided us with real-world experience and very, very in-depth accounting knowledge. Week two was parts week, or the best week ever. Our instructors were fantastic again. Mark Michalski and his 16-year-old mentee, Brian Crossan, did a great job helping us understand how the parts department operates or should operate. For me, being a variable focused person, this was an amazing week. Week three was service week, or hell week.
Yeah.
Our instructors were Bob Atwood and Larry Oracle. Now, I've had a few friends go through the academy in the past couple of years. I asked one of them about Bob after he came in during week two for our parts briefing. Bob was grumpy, to the point, and seemed to hate every other department in the dealership. And he made us all not want to come back and learn about service. So I reached out to my friend, and he told me not to worry, that Bob was really big, just a big teddy bear. He was right. I think everyone would agree with me. So Bob and Larry provided us with so much knowledge, laughter, and reality. Week four was our first variable week where we got to discuss our pre-owned departments. Our instructors were Michael Hayes and Desiree Dawson. Now, this is where all the passion in our class really became evident. We had many intense debates. They were long, and some of them actually had to be monitored by our instructors. The results, though, they were incredible. At our store, we were able to make some significant changes to not only our used car operations, but our dealership culture around used cars that has increased profitability and confidence in our used car operations. I remember I was sharing a significant long-term struggle that we had with reconditioning times at our stores, and the ideas and suggestions that came from each and every one of our classmates were endless. We've since cut our reconditioning time in half, and we've been more profitable ever since. Week five was New Car Week. Our instructors were Matt Ballmers and Michael Lucky. And I will tell you this made me really happy to be a new car dealer in Canada. It's a very, very long story anyways. During this week, we got to learn about many opportunities that we all have in our new car departments. We got to hear from V-Auto founder and pre-owned merchandising visionary Dale Pollock. And we got to take a very, very memorable trip to the U.S. Capitol, including a once-in-a-lifetime chance to stand on the Speaker's balcony. I mean, it was no trip to Parliament Hill in Ottawa. It was very, very memorable. I'd like to say thank you, Matt, if we can give him a round of applause for arranging this. Week 6, which is this week was Leadership Week with instructor Jim Dance. For me, this was another amazing week. We all got to take a dive into our individual leadership styles and how we can better the way that we lead our people. Looking around the room, I know that each and every one of you are all amazing leaders with a phenomenal future leading the people in our industry. We need to make sure that we all spend the time to evaluate ourselves and do everything that we can to better the way that we lead our people. We need to make sure we don't have the can't talk to Farkas culture in our stores. Looking back on what the Academy has taught me and how our dealership runs, I have so much respect for my mentor and sponsor, Craig Dunn, as I truly did discover how well our dealership is run. Now I'm going to date Craig a little bit here. Craig purchased our dealership in 1986 for $250,000, less than I paid for my first home. Craig has turned it into a destination store based on customer experience and reputation. Along with that, of course, has come steady and very impressive profitability. Craig is very, very passionate about the automotive industry, and this is evident when you're in our store. He still works long hours, but I think if you were to ask him, and some of you probably have, he doesn't feel like he's working at all. He still expresses an interest in learning about some of the things that I don't think many dealers would, mainly digital marketing strategies. He's always curious and wants to know more constantly. So he really is the old dog that you can still teach new tricks. One thing I've learned from Craig, and I think this is the most instrumental to his success, and you kind of heard about it when he was on the panel here, but he basically is our people are our success. Craig has built an amazing culture at our store, resulting in low turnover, high employee satisfaction, and as a result, high employee productivity and engagement. When you have good people who are invested in the person they work for, that's when we're able to make the changes that are necessary to become successful, the changes that we've all shared with each other during our time here. Remember, our workforce is changing, and we need to change the way that we lead our people as well. For my classmates, I'd like to thank you all for allowing me to represent you as your Prime Minister. Now, I want you all to take a minute, sit back, and really think about this opportunity that we've all been given. We got to spend 6 weeks down here learning from numerous industry experts alongside 33 other passionate and experienced A-type personalities. And in the car business, as we all know, opinions are common, and our own opinion is almost always right. I know I'm guilty of this, you can ask my wife. Although that was a bit of a shot at every one of us, I sincerely think it's true. Each and every one of our heated discussions almost always came up with the best way that we as a class could collectively stand behind, and I found this to be so incredibly powerful. We were able to set aside our different thoughts and beliefs and use common sense to help each other find a solution to our issues. The Academy and our amazing instructors were instrumental to providing this type of learning environment for us to thrive. I have 2 younger daughters at home, and I sort of compared this with this teaching style with parenting my daughters. Sometimes when they fight, we just gotta let them fight it out. Sooner or later, they're gonna figure out that one of them has to let go of the other's hair first. So, Class 349, someone has paid for us to come down to the Academy and has invested in our professional abilities. That alone should be very motivating to each and every one of you. We got to spend 6 weeks in Washington, D.C., which alone was really cool. We got to take a tour of the Capitol, take in a Nats game, have some friendly competition at Topgolf, and take in some go-karting and axe throwing. From this, I learned that only one of the Chrysler guys can golf. I learned that Brad truly isn't a bush person as he couldn't throw an axe, and that some people, even at our age, still find more joy in smashing into one another on the go-kart track than actually racing. Sending us down to NADA was a very expensive proposition for each of your sponsors. Not only was the program, along with our accommodations, flights, and meals very expensive, but we were all paid while we were down there. I wasn't. I hope you guys were too. So we received so much support from our sponsors, and for many of us, these people are also our mentors in the automotive industry. I strongly believe that they have a vested interest in watching us grow and improve, not only because their bottom lines depend on it, but because they've proudly taken on a role as our mentors. We owe it to our mentors to continue to use what we've learned to better our businesses every day. So on behalf of Class 349, I'd like to thank all the sponsors in the room for believing in us and supporting us. Let's give them a round of applause. One of our classmates has been very vocal about why he was here. Brennan. He's the same classmate that nominated me for class president. It's pretty ironic, isn't it? But Brandon, your dad is here today, yes? Brandon told our class many, many, many times that all he wanted was a hug from his dad. That was his ultimate measure of success. Brandon, can you stand up and give your dad that hug for us? Over the past 10 months, we've had the opportunity to learn from many industry and dealership departmental experts. We got the opportunity to build personal and professional relationships. And more importantly, we got to learn from each other. That was phenomenal. I can say with confidence that I've learned something from each and every member of Class 349, and for that, I'm extremely grateful to you all. So, some of my key takeaways from my classmates, not necessarily the academy. This was going to be a bit of a top 10 format until last night. I decided I'd make it a top 11. So, number 11. One student really turns out didn't agree with my political agenda. So, a bottle of activated charcoal came flying across the table last night and got me in the nose. There was, number 10, there was so much passion in our class. We had many intense debates and discussions, mostly between Brad and Philal. These did always end in a warm embrace and hug though. It was really quite sweet. Number 9, I learned that I am actually not the best rapper in the class. However, I couldn't decide if the honor went to Buck Nasty or B-Rap. Number 8, at least one student was spotted in the lounge of the Ritz-Carlton with his shirt off. I'm not going to mention any names, but he's got a Ford tattoo. He works at Galpin Ford, and he's a volunteer police officer. While I was here, number 7, while I was here, I received advice on anything from solutions to my thinning hair, which I obviously didn't take, underwear selection, we're not going to go there today anyways, spicy Chinese peanuts, and vegan granola bars, which are also known as breakfast and lunch for one student. For dinner, the same student eats bugs and hydraulic grease. Number 6, one student has an abbreviation for a male appendage on his license plate.
It's Moby Dick, damn it!
Number 5, Chrysler people share a bond like no other. I'm not sure if it was a shared love for bourbon or just that they have a tough time fitting in. Number 4, you can successfully shorten the length of a warranty audit by placing your shop bird at the same desk as your auditor. Now this will only work for those who actually have a shop bird. Brandon can help you pick out the best species if you are interested. Number 3, George likely won't show up for that sales meeting.
This is a guy.
But I hope this picture helps us all feel as well. Number 2, one student in our class has lost 150 pounds since class began.
Go Richie!
He didn't get a divorce. Number 1, the top thing that I took away from my classmates, and I'm very proud of you all for this, is that there are so many good people in our industry committed to doing the right thing for our customers and changing the reputation of our business for the better. For that, I commend you all, and I challenge you to make the decisions that better the reputation of our business every day. I would like to thank each and every one of you, Class 349. An extra special thanks go out to Jim and JP, our social chair and vice president. If you guys could stand up for us. These two organized some great social events for us, allowing us to build some great friendships and get a little bit of extra competition in. For all the spouses and partners that are here today, I have a bit of a confession. If you remember, I just noted that we were lucky to have met Bob. But you're likely asking why. I know there it is. You see, Bob was the instructor who told us all it would be best to tell our loved ones that the hotel was dirty, the food sucked, and we couldn't stand our classmates. So, spouses and partners, my apologies if anyone tried that BS on you. I'm glad that I didn't. My wife is far too familiar with how the Ritz-Carlton conducts their business. All jokes about Bob aside, to all the spouses and partners that are in the room, we are so grateful to you and the support you provided for us while we've been away. Talking with my peers, there have been many sick kids, renovations gone wrong, family emergencies, and other stressful situations that you all had to deal with alone. For that, and we thank you for that very, very much. We can give all the sports and partners. And as this is a bit more of a personal topic, I wanted to share with you that my wife and I, we have two younger daughters at home, aged 2 and 5. They're the sweetest little girls that you can imagine on some days. Other days, I think it'd be like having Bob and Mark working in the same dealership. When I boil it down, I was away for 36 days to come here. They were likely squabbling for half of them. Stephanie, can you stand up for a minute? Everyone, this is my beautiful wife, Stephanie. Stephanie juggles our kids, her small business. She's a dance instructor. She makes, give or take, 7 meals a day. And she listens to my ramblings about my good days and bad, and she still manages to look like this. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for that. I definitely wouldn't have been able to have this opportunity if it wasn't for you, and I'm so grateful for you and all you do for our family. So thank you. Unfortunately, I was just informed that the Tyson's Gallery is closed until we leave.
They're holding something for me. Well, they said they'd hold it.
The Academy has taught me so much about a car dealership in the last 10 months. I feel that I've become a much more rounded professional in the dealership. The decisions I make every day are much more thought out, more logical, and with a total dealership mentality. Yes, I was once the used car manager who whined about paying retail for everything. And if you ask my sponsor, I still might do it once in a while. Just once in a while. I feel that I've become a better leader, a better coworker, a better manager, and a better person. One very important thing that I've learned over the past year, and I want to share this with you. The successes, the brand image, culture, and customer perception of your business is dictated by the decisions that you make on a daily basis. Be sure to make these decisions based on your values and how you want your business to be viewed by your staff, your customers, your community, and your family. The friendships that I have made here and watched others create will last a lifetime. We need to make sure that we keep in touch and continue to leverage the network of knowledge and ideas that we have cultivated as we all move forward in our professional careers. In closing, I would like to thank each and every one of you in this room for making this experience so special. I would like to point out that as we are no longer NADA students, but NADA alumni, the Christmas tree in the lobby is fair game. Congratulations, graduates.